Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean. What is up, Wikimaniacs? It's your boy Sean hosting another Monday episode. And of course, your boy Sean could not do it by himself. With me today, I have the Sweet Prince and the Pinoy Prince. I forgot.
Nope.
I forgot your nickname.
It's okay,
I'm sorry,
good.
brother.
I don't want Wikimaniacs to remember that shit anyways.
Oh, it's on the
Yeah.
live stream somewhere. We can find it.
Yeah. Wikimaniacs, if you are in the Discord, you could just tag me and let me know what John's name was. That would be great.
I mean, I did say it in a Monday episode before, so
You did,
maybe
yeah.
I
Now my
did.
memory is shit. But again, it's your boy Sean hosting another Monday episode. Let's get straight into the menu. Is that what that's what we call it, right?
Sure.
That's your episode, my guy. You say
Yeah,
whatever
you call
you want.
whatever you want. The itinerary, the
Help would be nice. Menu. I'm being confident. This is the menu for today. Omakase style. Omakase.
Oh,
All right. So if you were there at the live show, you heard me give one story about the husband who played a prank on his wife, convincing her that he was cheating on her. There's an update
I do remember that.
to that.
There's an update. Oh shit.
Yeah. John
and
found it.
I didn't
from I
find
think
it.
a listener.
It was one of our listeners. Let me find out who it was.
John, you
again.
could have taken credit there. You'd been like, yeah, I did the
Nope.
sleuthing, the
Nope.
research.
This is from our listener MD. They actually provided us an update to it. At first, I was gonna use it for the last episode, but I'm like, hey, I couldn't find it. It was banned by the moderators, but they did their job and they've provided us with a link. So now Sean can go ahead and use it. So shout out MD. Thank you for following up and giving us the link.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also, love that for me. One less story I had to search up. Thank you so much, MD.
When I was like, Sean,
Also,
this is yours.
our other ones that we have coming from r/true off my chest. We have fuck you for free bleeding. My sevens are destroyed.
What is that like the Jordan sevens?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
When I read it, they did not mention Jordans. But that's
have
why I
so many
clicked it because I thought it was shoe related.
Okay.
I don't know what free bleeding is, so that's a new term.
Yeah, I'm resisting looking it up right now.
Yeah, I'm
So don't
waiting.
spoil.
Yeah, do not Google that. Also from r/nice guys, we have some doof that visited this coffee shop my sister works at. Yikes.
Oh no.
And from our own subreddit, r/Reddit on Wiki, baby. We have a story that's not a Am I the Asshole, so I could use it. And guys, please submit more things that are not Am I the Asshole.
So
that would
we
be
can
great.
use it too.
We should do like a
that way
flip
me and-
episode where I do a Monday and one of you guys does a Friday or something.
We can.
John can
But
do that.
that's
I feel
your
like Friday would be.
that's a
I
Josh
feel like everybody.
thing.
I
Yeah.
feel like everybody would get mad at me if I did a Friday.
Sorry,
Well,
Josh.
But this is
Just-
from our
just an idea.
Yeah, maybe we could start one, and then halfway through we'll realize it's going downhill, and then we'll
When it
just.
goes
end
off
it.
I feel like
rails.
I'm the disaster date story guy now.
Yeah, Sienna's
feel like
pissed
I'm
that you didn't get that.
I have no genre. But yeah, this is from our subreddit. Yeah, but that's every like once every 2 months or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
well, if it was up to the Wikimaniacs, they'd want it every week from you.
Maybe
I've
we'll
seen
make it a
some that
patron.
did not enjoy it, and then some that did. So, yeah. But this is from our subreddit. This one is my teacher called me a slut in front of the class.
Holy
God.
shit!
So
You're the asshole.
before we
Oh,
hop,
wait.
the teacher for sure.
Yeah. Holy.
Before we jump into the stories, though, Josh, do you have any comments, reviews, cool stuff from our Wikimaniacs that you'd like to share?
Absolutely. Let's hit a couple more reviews. We've had quite a few since we had a couple building up and since we've read them. So we got a 5-star from Absa who says the power of one TikTok. They said
Truly.
I've been I've been listening to the podcast legit every day, going from work to washing dishes. I've been playing your episodes, and I'm obsessed. All of you are amazing, and I hope for continued growth for the podcast. Finally, I will not give my money to Sean's Venmo. Hee hee hee.
Wow.
Love you from the UK.
Well, I didn't like the British anyways.
Damn.
I don't want your fucking Brexit money. Just kidding. I live in Texas. I'm the last one to talk about fucked up political states to live
Yeah,
in. I mean country, but like I just mean a state, like as in a place.
Well, if Texas
Yeah.
had its own way, it'd be a country, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's bigger than some majority of a lot of countries.
True.
It covers most of Europe, I think.
It's the Quebec of Canada, always trying to secede.
Yeah, I could see that.
I said succeed, and then I was like, that kind of works too.
It works too. Texas do be trying hard.
Be doing too much.
So we got another review from Amber, says 5 stars, the best. You guys are awesome. I love listening to every episode as soon as they are available. I appreciate that you do talk about more serious problems that are going on in the world, and that you were able to turn that conversation from something serious and bringing it back into something more lighthearted, fun, and comedic. Keep it up. So I think a lot of that goes to John for his stupid puns. Really brings the mood up in some some of the darker episodes.
Except that one episode. It was just completely dark.
There was no saving that one.
I think the humor in that one was Sean's reaction to everything, where it's just like stone
Depression.
cold.
I'm like, dude.
Damaged goods.
This
Yeah.
used to be a fun experience for us. Now we're fucking trauma dumping each other.
So final one we'll do is from Ari. Give us a 5 star, said fucking awesome.
Oh.
Going through a really tough time, and the show just makes me laugh and reflect. Thank you guys for your content. Keep going. Thank you, Ari, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Sorry you're going through some stuff, Ari. Hopefully we can at least distract you from some of the stuff that's going on. So we love you. We appreciate
That's what I
you.
use podcasts for, and I hope we can be the same for you.
Yeah.
So.
Facts.
So that's the review, Sean.
Appreciate you, Josh.
I got you.
All right. With that being said, let's jump into this first story, the update from the live show, baby. So just a quick, I think we pretty much said most of it, but the quick notes, too long didn't read version of that live show story was husband plays elaborate prank on wife to make her think that he has been cheating on her. So she goes on a long walk to think about it. And when she comes back, she doesn't give him the reaction she wanted, or that the husband wanted. She was just like, all right, so how are we gonna make this the least fucked up for our kids? And then he got mad and was like, you're not even gonna fucking fight for us? Do you not even love me? Blah, blah, blah. And then
check your phone, call this number.
Oh yeah. And then he was like, check the phone, because the prank was that he had like texts from a woman. And then when she called the number, it was like his friend, and he was like,
Gotcha.
We got you.
The friends were also doing the same prank to their wives. Wasn't
Their wives. That is correct. So we have an update from that fucked up marriage. Shout out again to the Wikimaniac that sent this to John.
Shout out to you, MD. Appreciate you.
I almost said DM, and I was like, I feel like that's
well,
so close.
MD did send it to our DM. So
yeah, they slid in our DMs.
Wordplay, baby.
Love that. Okay, so here's the update. I decided to make an update after all, mostly out of respect for all the people reaching out asking for one. However, because honestly, as much as I appreciated the enormous response, it became too overwhelming for me. I couldn't read all the comments, and the bad ones stuck with me more than I want to admit. I never considered myself weak or stupid or as easily manipulated as I was portrayed. Well, this morning, before my husband dropped off the...
Wait. Sorry. The comments were calling her weak and stupid?
I guess.
Holy shit.
Those people.
Which is fucking crazy. But like she said, maybe it was just the bad ones that stuck with her. Maybe it wasn't...
Yeah. We did the same thing, I
way.
guess, where we're like, we hear we see a bad comment, we're like, damn it.
You can't win them all.
No, you can't. Like, that's what we've come to learn is you can't listen to bad comments.
Yeah.
That's
you got to just do what you think is right. And then,
I'm baffled by the fact that someone would hear that story
Right.
and be like,
She's
the
in a
issue.
wrong. Yeah.
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 Like,
Idiot.
what the fuck? Oh my God. Sorry. Continue. That was just
No, yeah, I was also confused when I read that. But this morning, before my husband dropped off the children at the daycare and the dogs with the dog sitter, I asked him to talk to me. I told him that his treatment of me for the last month wasn't sustainable and that I had given him enough space, but now he has to do something. Talk to me, try to find a solution, or just set me free.
Oh yeah, because he got
Damn.
pissy.
Yeah.
So he was
Saying, like-
pissy for a month
Yeah.
Yeah.
over a prank he did.
Yeah.
That
'Cause
was
he-
very
he-
fucked up.
Because he felt
Yeah.
like she didn't express it the way he wanted to see it.
Yeah,
Thought
it's
she didn't have
done.
enough. Yeah.
Fuck
yeah,
this guy.
Yeah,
Holy
he
shit.
fucking sucks. And
This
it gets
guy's
worse.
a bitch.
It
Like,
gets
holy
fucking worse. It's not
Oh my
over, my friends.
God damn. Okay, continue.
He asked me to meet up for lunch because we were both running late for work. At lunch, he apologized for the prank and he said that he couldn't believe that he went with it and how stupid it was of him to think that it was just a harmful and playful prank. He said that he has been feeling miserable about it and so guilty, but her reaction has never made him feel so worthless in his entire life. I showed him how disposable he was to me and how easily I could believe something this horrible about him, accept it, and make my plans to move on within hours.
I
Quote.
like, dude. Okay, this is mind-boggling for me. Like, if you had done the exact same thing where you faked cheating on him, I can guarantee you he would have flipped out and then left you. Like, he wouldn't have even tried to do the phone call. He would have just left you because he sounds like a very
Vindictive.
self-centered person. Yeah, I don't know. Jesus, I keep interrupting, Sean. I'm just
You're good. You're good.
Baffled.
I interrupt you
Baffled.
guys all the time. Quote. Even if I have cheated on you, you showed no sign to me that you loved me enough to
Oh.
even ask why.
Oh God.
End quote.
I had to sit up.
If the roles were reversed, he would have been angry. He would have confronted me, asked me why, who the other man was, what it was that the other man had that he didn't, and so on. And I told him that I was thinking all of those things, but I had other priorities in mind, such as the stability of my children's family life
Yep.
and the hurt it would
Yup.
cost them to have divorced parents, because
Yup.
he knew me well. He knew me well enough to understand that I would never forgive a cheater.
Bam.
As you should.
I think we said that at the live stream. It's like she was thinking logical the whole time instead of fucking going off with some stupid shit tricks that he's doing.
Also, this is pissing me off because you can't tell someone how to react.
Mhm.
That is an emotional thing, and
Bam.
they can react however they react because everyone's going to react differently to that.
Yeah.
Some people are going to be mad. Some people are going to be sad. Some people are going to just fucking leave and never talk to you ever again. Like, there's so many different ways that could go. And like, the audacity to tell someone how they should act and feel is just ridiculous.
Yep.
Holy.
Okay, so I pushed away my anger and the feelings of disappointment because all I was thinking of was how could we provide our children the best life with two homes? I was eventually going to process the anger and hurt, but I knew that I had all the time later for grief and rage. So he told me that he wanted to move out to his parents, but that he wasn't sure how to manage without seeing the children every day. So I suggested that he could pick them up from daycare every day since I work a little bit later than him. I could then pick him up from my in-laws after work. I also suggested that we could split weekends, and he was silent while I was planning. He then said, "I love you," kissed me, and hugged me for a long time, the first time in weeks. When I got home from picking up the children and the dogs, he was already out of the house with his clothes. He texted me around 11 p.m. that night saying he couldn't believe that I was doing it again
Oh.
and that he was done this time. I
Doing
called him
what?
and he told me that I was again matter of fact and unemotional. I seemed unfazed, like him moving out wasn't a big deal. He felt redundant again, like he was disposable and unnecessary in my life. I told him this was so unfair because I did miss him. And I did miss having him there all those weeks when he was ignoring me. I was just trying to give him space and respect his wishes because I still wanted us to work things out. He didn't want to listen anymore, so we both hung up. At 2 a.m., he texted that this wasn't working for him and that he wanted a divorce. I texted back, okay.
He probably got mad at that shit.
Yeah, probably like
You don't care about me.
Oh
What
my
a-
god.
Jesus. Okay, so there's a lot to dissect there. Holy, the fact that he does it again, where he just like emotional manipulation to try and get her to act how he wants her to react, is psychotic. Like that is crazy. To try and do that to someone you supposedly care about. Plus, you ignored her for fucking like a month. You said, few weeks, whatever it was.
a month.
Way longer than. Well, you had no reason to be angry, but way longer than any normal person in a relationship would be angry. You know, you make up within a day if. No, and again, you have no reason to be angry, so that's making me more angry. But on top of that, like, so she and I have sympathy for her because I understand reacting that way to someone if you think they've cheated or you're trying to protect yourself. Your emotional mechanism is okay. I'm gonna go numb for now, deal with what I need to deal with, and then I'll feel it later. Because honestly, that's how I deal with things sometimes. Where I shut down and then I need a few hours to figure out how I'm feeling. Like I get that, and that is it sometimes it's hard to express, but like she has been nothing but you know respectful to you to this guy and given him nothing but time and space to figure out what he needs to figure out, and clearly he hasn't figured out fucking anything. So fuck, good on you for leaving his ass, because this guy's pissing me off.
Was that everything, Sean, or was there more?
There is another update. I don't know if
Oh,
you wanted to go
shit.
off more, John, or if you wanted to wait.
I'll wait.
Okay.
All right. The
He
final
did it
update.
again.
Because I have a feeling he's not gonna be happy that she said she just said okay.
Should have just been K. One word, one letter. That's all he
Just been
deserves.
K, yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Not even that, just like a thumbs up emoji.
Yeah. No, just this one, the okay emoji.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. The final update. My husband has apologized. Thank you, everyone, for your help. I want to thank you very much for all the support. I'm sorry for all the doubtful voices from help from strangers on Reddit. While I'm my own woman and am not easily manipulated, I was so appreciative of the support here. I was doubting myself, brooding, and all consumed in my own confused thoughts. My husband found my post on Reddit, and he said he was so ashamed of himself and the way that he handled our problem, especially after reading all the comments calling him out. Now, we have a lot of work to do if we're going to make it. I'm still not 100% sure why he acted the way he did, because I've always been clear about my feelings and how much I love him. I never felt that life and children came in the way. It just made my love for him even stronger. But I'm not going to dismiss his feelings if he really felt neglected and disposable. He hasn't moved back home yet, but we have been on dates and we have been spending quality time together. Before all of this happened, we were talking about having another baby and maybe moving into a bigger house. We are waiting with this. I wasn't sure how I would tell him that I wanted to wait without sounding like I'm cold and had given up on our future. So I tried to show more emotion this time, making it clear that I just want to wait until we're back on track and not cancel the plans altogether. But this time he was actually understanding and kind of relieved. We'll see how this goes. I love him and miss him so much, and our children miss their daddy at home. Thank you again.
Okay. So hearing that, that's good. That sounds like compromise waiting to happen. And I think the root of one of the root causes of this problem are your dumbass friends. You know, if you guys didn't play that prank to begin with, this wouldn't have happened. And I like the fact that she is still even though like she kind of got frustrated the way he went about things, she still had the consciousness and the emotional intelligence to be like, hey, I understand where you're coming from. I think the problem is with on the guy side, he thinks like he doesn't understand different types of displaying emotions. And peek behind the scene of how my personal relationship with my wife, I'm more of the emotional one. Like I'm the one that would probably cry first, and I'd probably be the first one to like vocalize everything. She is more on like the logical side of things, which is great because when you have two differing um types of personalities and types of way of thinking, someone can approach like certain situations the same. And it's good that she is logical in her way of thinking because the immediate thought was what's going to happen with my kids or with our kids, like what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And his is just straight up like, baby me, like, you know, like not in a bad way, but it's just like, hey, my emotions are like outward like that, you know. And I think that it's good that he started recognizing that because my and it sucks because she makes it sound like she's robotic in terms of like her emotions, but really it's just a logical way of going about things. Now it sounds like he's starting to see that that type of thinking is okay. That doesn't mean that she loves you less. It just means that she thinks differently. Her brain functions differently. So, you know, I wish they recover from it. It sounds like they had grander plans for their life, like moving forward. I think both of them has a long way to go in terms of understanding each other's like emotional needs. Maybe she also has to show a little more affection, and vice versa. He has to be more logical in the way he approaches things instead of like being too outwardly emotional all the time. So it sounds like they're working on it, and hopefully, knock on wood, that you know you guys recover and live a better life together, prank free, or at least make the prank a little more innocent. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I I agree with I hope it works out, but I remain unconvinced and I stand by most
Skeptical.
of what I said. He
I think
was
that's
ready to
fair.
throw your relationship out. He had a month to figure this out.
Mhm.
And it took social pressure for him to finally realize what an idiot he was being. That to me plays into his narcissism, it feels like, where he's like, I'm only doing this because a bunch of internet strangers think I'm an asshole. I'm not doing this because I actually realize. So that's where I'm hesitant. I am hopeful. I will say that I agree with John that I hope it works out, and I hope, you know, you can get to a place, whether it be through social pressure or through a spiritual realization, whatever it happens to be, where he finally realizes,
Hopefully therapy.
yeah, therapy, get therapy. Where he realized,
Bonfire.com/Reddit on Wiki. Get therapy shirts.
yeah. I think today is the last day for that merch drop, so we'll have to open up another one sometime soon.
It'll be open.
Yeah,
We need money. We got editors to pay. We got writers to pay.
True. So I'm hesitant but hopeful. I guess I'll leave it off on that.
And that's good because like it's easy to, especially with the type of content we have, like we can be so quick on and just be like fuck that guy like completely, you
Yeah.
know.
True.
But like
Yeah.
but you need to, and I think we said this on the our interview with the Quebec Journal that we
Oh,
did
yeah.
an interview with. The interviewer Leo was like, you know, a lot of times it kind of just makes like humans sounds like the worst things ever. But I think we all ended that quote saying like, hey, you know, sometimes we need to have hope. And
Yeah.
there's like little glimmers of like hope on the things that the OP wrote that's saying that they're kind of working towards that way. So, you know,
Yeah, the part that is like most stories we see a snippet where it's like you know, a 10-minute interaction that goes poorly. This one was like a month-long
months.
saga where he
Yeah.
ignored his wife at home, which is like, okay, like that is,
Not only that, he had a whole month to figure out what to do, and his plan was to do it again.
yeah, that's where I'm like,
He's an idiot.
has he learned? I hope so. Am I convinced? No.
No.
But it's not my relationship. if she's convinced and well, not convinced, but if she's hopeful and believes that with work and therapy that they can get through this, then power to them, and I hope they actually do succeed.
All right, moving on from something more serious to something, I don't know. This could be serious. I chose this one because I am confused about how I feel about this, and maybe that's a me problem.
Okay.
So this is kind of like I want the Wikimaniacs to educate me, because I think one way, but in thinking it, I'm like, am I wrong in thinking that? Is that
Are
bad?
you an asshole, Sean?
Yeah, am I the asshole? So here we go.
Okay.
This is true off my chest. Fuck you for free bleeding. My sevens are destroyed. So, context, if you don't know what free bleeding is, that is the practice of being on your period and not using tampons, pads, or anything to block the flow of your period and to just let it bleed. You know what I mean? Just let it,
Okay.
go down your leg or,
Okay.
whatever.
I will say this just off the bat off that. Like I could understand you know what? Yeah, I kind of support it because like fuck society for like making women pay for like feminine products, and so like if they are free bleeding to make it known that like,
Statement.
hey, this should be free so that we don't have to provide it for ourselves. If that impacts a man and enough men get upset about it, then maybe they'll make it free. You know what I mean? So I kind of
I'm all
get
for
it.
that for being free.
Yeah. I
You
wish
know,
it didn't
I
have
guess
to come to that. I guess
all
is what-
protests, I guess, are not meant to be comfortable. That's
No.
the purpose of a protest, I guess. But at the same time, I'm like, ooh, if I was in this person's shoes, I would not be happy.
Literally their shoes.
I don't know. I think the story is more on another piece of clothing, but let's get into it.
Okay.
This is from Reddit user, the real dildo expert.
Okay.
I want to see his other post. Yeah.
We're gonna roll
Shit.
right past that. How dare you? As a woman myself, I would never expose my blood to other people on a chair and be so reckless. I sat on it, rubbed my hand, and saw it right after you got up. My $200 pair of jeans are ruined. How is this okay in your head? You wouldn't piss on a chair, would you? Or you wouldn't shart, which we've learned people have done on a bus.
That's facts.
Fuck
Watch where you
you.
sit on the bus.
Yeah. Fuck you and your stanky, bushy pussy. Again, I did not write this. I just feel the need to say that whenever
Sean's
I say
an
things like
asshole.
that. Yeah, I know. Edit. To add, I'm sick of saying the same thing over and over again. The real quote, the real dildo expert. How did you know it was on purpose? End quote. Did I ask her? No. Why? Because I knew she was doing it for attention and doing a stunt. I'm a person who has an incredibly heavy period. I know what that much blood feels like when it's coming out, clots included. She wasn't embarrassed when I looked at her, saw the blood on her ass, made eye contact while holding my bloody finger after I felt the blood seep through my jeans. The chair was black fabric, so I didn't see it. I don't inspect chairs before I sit for blood because I had assumed people still had integrity. After she looked at me, she huffed, walked on. She attempted to socialize while having blood on her ass. She never went to the bathroom. She never went to the car. She never alerted the staff of her mistake. There was so much blood, it was like the chair was a stamp pad for period blood. Part of me wants to believe that this wasn't actually her blood, but alas, it was blood, and in my opinion, is a biohazard. For y'all supporting this, absolutely disgusting. I did not consent to be exposed to someone else's fluids from their pussy. Again, didn't write this. This isn't a movement that actually helps people. It started as a hoax on 4chan in 2014, and people tried to, quote, reclaim it. This is a real thing that people are doing. Okay? Free bleeding in your home is fine, in my opinion. It's the consent to me that matters. We all saying, I hate women for being mad at this. You are a joke. This isn't a movement that does anything. If you're reading this and you free bleed, go to a protest, go donate, go to a conference, vote, or write to your lawmakers. So no, I did not ask her what she was doing. She was begging for attention. I'm smart enough not to feed that behavior. And for y'all who say I was dumb to buy expensive jeans, the audacity. I'm allowed to have nice clothes. This is a true off my chest post and subreddit, and I definitely got this off my chest. Lastly, I have enough karma that I don't care for more. Second edit, the stain is not coming out. It's turned a weird color. At this point, I'm truly wondering if it was a stunt. And if it was a stunt, maybe this is prop blood. I've taken it from the bath to the washing machine, and we'll see what happens there. Only using cold water as we speak and soap. Second update. Reddit, you did it again. The jeans are clean. The stain finally got out. Maybe it was prop blood. Anyways, now I just have to live my life knowing that some of y'all are completely nasty and free bleed in public.
Yeah, I
So
don't know.
I don't. We're really truly not obligated to talk about this, I think, but I think it was important to bring up because a lot of our audience are women. It would be nice to hear a woman's opinion. My initial thoughts are kind of with the OP, like you wouldn't, you know, like
Yeah.
period blood is natural. I don't think periods are gross. First and foremost, periods are normal. They're part of life.
Yeah.
I also don't think shitting is gross. That's a normal part of life. I wouldn't shit in a seat. So
Sometimes it
that
just happens,
argument
though.
sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
But
But
like
I will
OP
say,
said,
like,
this person looks like they did it on purpose. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
I
Maybe my views on this are wrong, and I'm totally open to changing how I feel about this. Just my first initial instinct when I heard of it was like, oh, like I get like, if you want to do it at your house and you want to, don't want to be, you think tampons or pads are not healthy for your body.
is that
Yeah,
what it is? Is it not like a movement to try and make them?
I truly don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so like I understand, like, it is expensive, inflation, I get it. Like, the world sucks, and like that should be provided to you for free. Um and like, end of story. So like my number one, I know this isn't an Am I the Asshole story, but the asshole is like society making women pay for
Oh, for
feminine
sure.
feminine products like that. Where that should definitely be just something that gets included so that they don't have to out of their own pocket pay for that. So that's who I'm angry
Fuck
at.
pink. I'm sorry to add to that. Fuck pink taxes, by the way.
Yes, I agree with that as well.
Most
Wait,
terrible
pink
shit.
taxes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they add, like, they put more taxes on feminine products.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah. That's what makes it worse.
Exactly.
Sorry, Josh, go ahead.
No, that's a good point as well. But so I understand where both of them are coming from. Where if I don't know what to call her, the bleeder. So if she's trying to do some protest to make that a like healthcare is here in Canada, to make it provided to everyone, I get where she's coming from, but I also get OP's frustrations with it. I don't think there's a wrong or right here. I personally wouldn't do that because, like, I would just be grossed out by any blood. Like, if someone cut themselves and there's blood on the seat, that would
Yeah.
gross me out. I don't want to go near that seat. But I also
Okay.
look where I sit, no matter where I'm sitting, because there could be like food or anything like that. So
What if it's black and wet? I
You
could
can't
imagine.
tell.
Yeah,
then I'm
Yeah.
not
you
sitting
wouldn't be
there. I'm
able to
like,
tell.
oh,
Yeah.
oh, I see.
Well,
Like, if
if all the seats are black,
You
know what
can't tell.
You don't know if
guess.
it's wet or not.
That's fair.
I'm gonna go with Sean on this because I too am not educated on the. I'm sorry, what was the term again, Sean? Free
Free
bleeding. Okay, I'm not educated free bleeding. I don't know what I guess like what the movement is for that, or like what it's for. So like I really hate to comment on that and like be completely wrong. But if I'm wrong, then please feel free to educate us. Like we're more than happy to like, at least broaden our horizons. But I am gonna come from it from like just because like part of my profession in the past involved things having to do with bloodborne pathogens. So I can see why like things would be
Especially with like monkeypox. Like, isn't that what that
So-
is? Monkeypox?
What is?
Isn't it like if you transfer fluids between each other?
So pretty much. So that could also be things like with all the stuff going on with like the pandemic. So blood and any like bodily fluids is such a biohazard in terms of exposure. So I can see where the OP is like cautious, and even though like some of the words were like it sounded like they're disgusted by it, I understand that. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to like pick and choose some of the stuff that they were saying, because a lot of it was, there were some truths behind it, but the
There's a
way it
lot
was
of
kind of,
anger.
yeah, the way it was kind of said, kind of presented, was lashing out very aggressively. There's a point, like I get that, but again, like I'm not educated enough to like the full scope or like the real purpose of why that movement is going on. But if like OP, and I'm gonna call the other one Obleed, the original bleeder. So
Jesus.
so I don't know if they are doing it for publicity, but I think there are some situations where there's a time and place. And I think I want to harp on like what the OP said, that like by all means protest, do all that, display it in like a setting where it's appropriate. But I feel like the place that they were doing it is just had a lot of opportunities to expose people of things that they shouldn't be exposed to. So
Yeah.
that's, again, educate us, Wikimaniacs. So like that's just an opinion.
Although,
Yeah.
if it's fake blood, good prank.
If
for
it's
the
fake
ruined
blood,
jeans.
yeah,
You're
if it's fake blood, don't do that shit. Like, because honestly, if that happened to me, I would be pissed.
Yeah, but I mean, like at that point, then you're taking the biohazard away, right? It's still a protest, so
Yeah.
it's safer for sure if it's a protest thing. But I was just making a joke that it was a good prank.
All right, moving on to again, I really want to hear female Wikimaniacs
Yeah.
input on that.
Absolutely.
Again, like I said, even before I started this story, the three of us are really, have no.
Unqualified.
Yeah, we're very
Very much
unqualified
so.
to give any sort of judgment on that. So your input would be much appreciated. But moving on to the last story before, kind of gonna try and speed round this, but this is from r/nice guys from
Nice.
Reddit user Coffee and Corrine. This is titled "Some Doof That Visited the Coffee Shop My Sister Works At." Yikes!
That's
This
the
is
title. Okay.
a review left by this man at a coffee shop,
Oh no.
and
Jeez.
Josh has the appropriate reaction to how this is going down. I'll try and read this as douchey as possible. I am nowhere near John at voice acting,
come
but let's
Yeah,
on.
you
try this.
douche.
Douchebag. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Attractive males beware. Today I needed a coffee after a long day's hike up Dobbins Lookout this morning. I was beat. Entering in with my sweatpants and my camo military top from my time in the Middle East, as I walked in, a rather pretty young lady greeted me and said she'd be right there. I'm not sure who the male on staff was, perhaps, and then blanked it out, himself. A dark-haired man of Hispanic descent. This was my first time stopping by, as I have a love for art and photography. I figured it was perfect for me.
What is this, a
Well,
dating profile? You're just putting in, oh, I love hiking, art, photography. I was in I was in the army. Like, holy shit, this isn't Tinder, buddy.
he's trying to get laid through fucking Yelp, dude.
Yeah. Jesus.
Well, everything was great with the exception of this male staffer. Instead of letting his coworker take my order, he decided to stop what he was doing and jump right up to the register.
Sounds like good
Completely
fucking
rude.
service.
Yeah.
Completely rude the whole time. He wouldn't even look at me. He was clearly jealous and trying to protect his coworker from an alpha male, and his natural instincts went into hyperdrive.
Christ.
This can't be real. Holy shit.
The whole ordering process was awkward as could be, as everyone there could tell he jumped in to take my order. At first, I thought it was odd. Maybe he's attracted to me. But no, he was just hostile. You could cut the air with a knife as I ordered my coffee. Had he just let the pretty girl take my order, I probably would have gotten a sandwich as well, but I felt rushed and not wanted at this establishment. The pretty girl was so polite and professional the whole time. If it weren't for this male staffer, I'd love to go back. Unfortunately, you lost my business. Good day, sir. And I hope next time you want to be rude to someone for no reason, you think about your actions. Signing off, 6-year Navy vet. Hoo-yah!
This dude made me just hate the Navy in its entirety. Fuck this guy. Holy shit. Just off the bat, I know I made kind of a joke about it, but I hate when people write a narrative essay when they're doing a review. Like, just tell me what the service was like. Don't tell me, oh, I came in from a hike 2 hours ago. I was exhausted. Also, I was in, fucking Iraq or whatever. Like, Jesus, I don't care. I just want to know, how's the coffee? Is it good? How's the service? And then this guy's just like, oh, this guy served me. It wasn't a girl. It was bad service. Like, that's his thought process. Like, and I mean, that's his only thought process because there's not much going on up there. He's just like, oh, girl didn't serve, bad service. Oh.
Sounds like a caveman.
Yeah.
This
He's
is
a Neanderthal.
This is me gonna dunk on the Navy because this is my Air Force side showing up. My guy, what you know about good coffee? Half of your motherfucking food all the time is either expired or has some mold in it. So go Air Force. We have the best stuff. So yeah, what a fucking menace. Like the fact that he's just like, oh, I'm an alpha, bro. Like, I see the target. It's the pretty female. Dude just gave good service. He stopped what he was doing to serve your ass, you dumb bitch.
Leave the nice ladies at the counter alone. They don't want to flirt with you. They are doing their job. Fuck off. Oh my god.
And this is the type of people that are like shows up to shit in their like full like military gear. Because I know deep down this is a cheap motherfucker. He wanted a discount.
Which, I mean, I'm not going to comment. I military personnel, they deserve it. But
trust me, I want my discount, but I ain't going to show up with like full ABUs and like, hey, yeah, damn right, I'm in the military. I don't fucking be doing that shit.
Yeah, baby.
You didn't tell us for the longest time you were in the military, I think.
I mean, it don't do me like that.
Because it doesn't have to be a personality trait. You know what I mean?
He made it his personality trait.
So fucking disgusting. This dude's he who shall not be named's target audience.
Who had been banned all over places. So
love to see that.
Which is great.
Yeah.
But I saw like people like defending him and I was like, oh God, I'm glad it's over. Hopefully that stops like those guys slowly.
Well, I mean, they're all commenting on our shit now.
Yeah, they are. I will say this. So I am happy he's off the platforms. And for anyone who doesn't know, we're talking about the Tater Nation.
That's as far as we'll say.
That's as far as we'll go. But I'm happy he's off the platform. But I think it's a way that the platforms can just ban someone and then be like, there, we fixed our algorithms, we fixed misogyny. I think that's an issue because they haven't fixed anything. There's going to be the next Tater Tot Nation where some other misogynistic piece of shit comes up from that. And then he's just going to get banned. And then it's just going to keep being a cycle of our algorithms will still promote this shit to the people that want it. We're not going to do anything about that. We're just going to ban people when they become national news and then have already caused enough damage to, that we can't fix it. Yeah, exactly. So women have to.
If you think about it, like they're targeting all these different audiences. Views are views and views are money. So social
they don't
media,
care.
like they don't give a shit sometimes.
Oh, they don't care.
Yeah. And so I think that's the real issue. But I am, like I said, I am glad he's gone. He's just not, he's not the root of the problem, but he is the result of it.
My fear of that being banned is like, they might see him as like a martyr, like all his, douchebag followers. So like it's starting to already.
It's like Alex Jones. He got bigger once he got banned off YouTube, and then like I think I saw in the court readings he was making like $300,000 a day.
Yep,
when at his peak, which is ridiculous.
It must be nice.
Yeah, so I don't think it's gonna solve anything, but it's good. It's a good. I don't have to see his fucking bald head every day.
True.
Yeah, fuck that guy. All right, well. That's it for now. We're going to hit an ad break. And when we come back, we're going to do a listener submitted story and another section of This Day in History. See you soon.
Bye.
Hot girl summer is coming to an end, ladies. But that doesn't mean the end of smooth legs and scaped sacks. If you and your man haven't been scaping your bikini lines and his jugs down under, it's not too late to grab the best tools to sweep up those pesky pubes. The leader in below the waist grooming is here to make sure your pubes are feeling smoother than a beach ball and to make sure his nuts smell fresher than your pumpkin spice. Start the new season the right way and join over 6 million individuals worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code REDDIT at manscaped.com. The Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to keep that summer bod in check for the fall. Whether you're gifting it to your man or using it on your bikini line, let's keep your brushes tamed with the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. Their package also includes the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, the Crop Reviver toner, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your goodies. Their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor and a new multi-function on-off switch that can engage a travel lock and gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. And did I mention this trimmer is waterproof too? Whether you're hopping in the shower or hitting up the lake, this razor will devour even the strongest pubes. Real strong on the H's there. Now that you have the perfect haircut, use Manscaped's liquid formulations to keep that freshness even at the hottest barbecues. Most importantly, use the Crop Preserver ball deodorant to stay cool in the heat. With a soothing aloe vera formula, it's the best in the business for below-the-waist freshness, and this clear drying formula will keep looking good while smelling good. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag, which will both bring your comfort to another level. And if you're not taking your man to get a pedicure, then he needs the Shears 2.0, a luxury nail grooming kit. This kit includes stainless steel nail cutters, tweezers, and grooming scissors. With the Performance Package, his sack will be smoother than beach balls, but make sure you cover the rest with the Shears 2.0. So, if all of that sounds great to you, you can get 20% off plus free shipping with the code REDDIT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code REDDIT at manscaped.com. Hot Girl Summer doesn't need to end when you and your man keep it smooth all season long. Fist bump. And we're fucking back, baby. Back at it
Alpha
again.
male
Alpha
bros.
males in our
Oh.
camp.
Oh,
Where's
I
my
took my-
latte?
testosterone
All right, so
gains.
this
Sorry.
was posted in our own subreddit r slash
yeah.
Reddit on Wiki. This was posted by, I assume, a Wikimaniac if they're on our subreddit. User Karina82 found this one and thought to share it. Titled, "My Teacher Called Me a Slut in Front of the Class."
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
It was my first day of school, and after a long summer of dieting plus hitting the gym, I decided to wear something that would make me feel confident. During class, my teacher stopped and told me to leave class and come back when I was wearing something more appropriate. I told her that I wasn't violating any of the dress codes, but she persisted. I called her out for being a bully because she always seems to have a problem with me. I told her if she's jealous of me, it's fine for her to admit it. I won't judge. She looked at me and said, I grew up in a very promiscuous community, so I know a thing or two about girls like you, but I don't think I've seen anyone as slutty as you growing up, at least not in your
Ooh.
age group.
Damn.
I only hope that you don't become a statistic. At that
Oh.
moment, it felt like the world was watching me and I could only hear static. I could see people holding in their laughter and my teacher with a smug grin. She always does this when she's bullying me. I swear. I'll make her pay before I leave this school. Ooh, problematic. That's scary.
that is very scary. Please
Is
We
don't
this
should
do that.
probably
America? Because I'm very
yeah, we
afraid
might
if
want to
it is.
report that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's scary.
don't say that.
Jesus.
Okay. Problematic. If no one's reported this, we'll be sure to do that. Anyways, back on it. The replies here are gross, and it seems like this sub has been infested by incels and pick-me girls. It's 2022, for fuck's sake. I should be able to wear whatever I want. I should be able to wear it without being slut-shamed by perverts and boomers. The school won't help me take matters into my own hands. She won't be bullying me or anyone ever again by the end of the year. Ooh, definitely.
Oh, yeah, that is a problem.
Yeah, that's bad. Definitely
Oh,
after we're
God.
done recording, I'm gonna report that.
This is
Yeah,
America.
that seems dangerous. I will say, teacher is definitely an ass.
Oh, for
I will
sure.
say I am deeply concerned for the school, wherever this is. Yeah,
Is that it? Sorry.
yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's something you bring up to the principal and your parents for sure, and just report that because that's not okay for the teacher to do. Especially if you're not breaking any like dress code violations. Which I do understand why there are dress code violations. Like there has to be some sort of rules. Like you can't just be naked in class. You know what I mean? Like that would be problematic for many different reasons. So I do understand. But if you're not breaking any rules, then you're 100% in the right, and she can't just like call you out on that and then proceed to
Yeah.
call you a slut, which is ridiculous. Also, would she say she grew up in a promiscuous town? Is
What the
something
fuck
like
does
that?
that even
Yeah,
mean?
I
Like
don't know
y'all
what
What
like
does that
means.
mean?
y'all like having orgies in your school?
Yeah,
Like
they're all fucking.
y'all just
Where I
fucking?
grew up, all the students were fucking each other, but I've never seen one as slutty as you. What the fuck are you saying?
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, fuck that teacher. Holy shit, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, very concerning. That sounded very much like threats, though. However, that is something that teachers should never say to any students, let alone not even just a teacher. No one
Yeah,
should
just
say that to anybody.
to anybody. You should
Yeah,
be able to wear whatever you want. I
and
get if there is a dress code, but you already looked at that and you followed the dress code.
right. And if you
Mhm.
said that there was no violation with a dress code, then present that to the principal, present that to like the school board, and say like, "Hey, I didn't violate anything, and I feel like I'm being harassed by my teacher." Do not go in like such a drastic way of implying of things that you are saying to do with the said teacher. But it's also a call out. This seems like a lot of people were laughing, and it seems like I don't know if I heard that right in the end. A lot of comments were like disgusting, and like it became like an incel fest. This is also a call out to like re-education of men. Stop like
Slut shaming.
slut shaming. Don't like be perverts just because someone's wearing something. And if it's school, chances are they're not fucking going there with like a lace bra and just panties on. First of all, they're high schoolers. They ain't gonna do that shit. And just stop being perverts, and and just like stop objectifying like women just based on the shit they wear. So
Yeah.
that's more of a call out on guys to just be like, stop being fucking perverts. And also teachers, stop shaming your students because that's not your job.
Yeah, I think everyone in this scenario it has something in the wrong. Like this OP should definitely not threaten anyone, especially
Don't.
in a school at 2022. I assume it's this year. With
Yeah,
everything
this
that's
was
going on.
written 10 hours ago. It
Oh
has
God,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Report that shit, bro.
Yeah, that's
I'm reporting it immediately after recording.
Yeah, that's very problematic. Like you can't just do that unless you provide context with she's going to regret it because I'm going to report her or something like that. Like you can't just leave open-ended threats because that is not something you can joke about. Not joke about, but like say. But yeah, definitely report to the principal, talk to your parents, and then go about it I don't know what you'd call it. Well, I don't know what the term is. But anyway, go about it that way instead of whatever you're thinking of because it's very scary. Very
And there's
worrying.
like 3 months left in a year, and if it's going by a school calendar, like this might happen in between like Thanksgiving and like pre-Christmas week. So that's not a lot of time. So that is really concerning to just hear.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and then yes. So the other people that are in the wrong are obviously the Redditors slut shaming her and blaming her because
Yeah.
she's a student, guys. Like, come on, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
you can't bully
if you're
students.
yeah, if you're a teacher and you're sexualizing the students, you probably should not be a teacher, I think.
Yeah,
Facts.
So it's like if she's following the dress code and she's not, she's following the dress code. That's the end of story. She's following the rules. You don't have to comment on it at all. That's not your job.
yeah. I don't know why they
So-
care so much. I'd just be
This
like,
this got so dark so quick.
Yeah, I will admit, I did not read that one prior. I saw that it was the only non "Am I the asshole" post, so I was like, "Oh, from our subreddit, that'll be fun." Yeah, this is concerning. We are concerned. But yeah,
cool.
yeah. Holy moly! Sorry, guys.
No, it's
With
all
that
good.
said, we'll get into this day in history, written by Alex Underbaki, our great writer and the host of the amazing Weird Distractions podcast. Sorry, I'm a little flustered. I've never read
I
a
think we
thread
are too, like,
online. So this is
live
a
like
thread
10
from
hours
today. Yeah.
10 hours before, like, oh my god.
My bad.
All right. So with that said, let's see what happened in this day in history.
Bye guys.
Before we get started on today's This Day in History, as always, we got to give a shout out to our writer, Alex, for writing this. We can't thank you enough. And without further ado, welcome back, Wikimaniacs, to This Day in History, a series where we, your favorite TikTok boys, take you back in time to learn more about what happened on this day. Today's date is September 12th, and on this day 69 years ago, nice, wedding bells were ringing for one of the most discussed American political couples. When people bring up the Kennedys from the United States, many discuss the rumors, scandals, and conspiracy theories that surround the family. I mean, we've already discussed them on this very segment back on July 18th, being that of the Chappaquiddick incident. I'm sure I pronounced that correctly. It sometimes seems as if society as a whole forgets the other aspects of the Kennedys, like the grand celebrations that they had. For today's segment, we're going to be focusing on the wedding of John F. Kennedy and Jacqueline Lee Bouvier, also known as Jackie. Let's chat about how the two met and what led to their September 12th, 1953 wedding date. For those listening who have no idea who we're talking about, no worries. Thankfully, Wikipedia and other resources will bring all y'all up to speed. Let's start with John. In a direct quote from Wikipedia, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, often referred to by his initials as JFK or by his nickname Jack, was an American politician who served as the 35th President of the United States. End quote. JFK was born to an already infamous family full of politicians, lawyers, and socialites. Speaking of socialites, let's introduce Jackie, who came from a similar family background. According to Wikipedia, in another direct quote, Jacqueline Lee Kennedy Onassis née Bouvier, that's a mouthful, was an American socialite, writer, photographer, and book editor who served as the First Lady of the United States from 1961 to 1963 as the wife of President John F. Kennedy. End quote. Before these two crossed paths, accounts claim that Jackie was a writer for the Washington Times-Herald, while JFK was a young American congressman trying to make his own name in politics. I can't speak to whether they had heard of each other prior to their meeting in 1952, but given their socialite backgrounds and running in similar circles, you gotta wonder if they had. Nonetheless, the two reportedly first met at a dinner party in 1952 that was hosted by journalist Charles Bartlett. Charles was friends with Jackie, and reports, such as an article written by Madison Leach, noted that Charles was perhaps trying to play Cupid by inviting the two to the same party. JFK and Jackie reportedly hit it off at the party despite the reported 12-year age gap. After the dinner, the two began courting, which in 2022 standards means they were a thing or seeing each other. Surely our listeners know what courting means. That's not that old. Anyways, after only a few months of courting, the two would become engaged by the summer of 1953. For all those engagement ring enthusiasts out there scrolling through Pinterest for their dream ring, like our writer Alex, JFK reportedly popped the question with a beauty of a ring possessing both a 2.84 carat emerald cut emerald and a 2.88 carat emerald cut diamond. Jackie and JFK's ceremony would be held at St. Mary's Church, located at Spring Street in Newport, Rhode Island, with the reception starting at 11 a.m. on Saturday, September 12, 1953. According to the John F. Kennedy Library and Museum, the couple ceremony was performed by Archbishop Cushing, a friend of the Kennedy family, and he was assisted by 4 other priests. The reception was reportedly held on the terrace of the 300-acre Archencloss oceanfront estate Hammersmith Farm for more than 1,200 guests. It doesn't take a history buff to assume that the wedding probably cost a pretty penny. After the wedding, the two newlyweds went on a pretty ritzy honeymoon. The couple's honeymoon trip supposedly began with a 2-week stay in Acapulco, Mexico, and ended with the pair wandering up the California coast. According to the Over the Moon blog, the newlyweds enjoyed a stay in a cottage now known as the Kennedy Suite at Santa Barbara's San Ysidro Ranch for just $27 a night back in 1953. It all sounds like a fairy tale, doesn't it? But unfortunately, the couple celebration seemingly would be plagued by rumors, scandals, affairs, and death. But perhaps we'll save that for another day. For today, let's just bask in their celebration of love 69 years ago. And that, Wikimaniacs, is what happened on September 12th, 1953. Today's marital segment wouldn't have been made possible without the following resources: Wikipedia, the Honey9 website, the Adventurine website, Business Insider website, the John F. Kennedy Library and Museum website, and the Over the Moon blog. And before we end this segment, I do want to give a shout out to all 88 of our patrons. Good God. Thank you guys so much for, supporting this podcast and this show financially. You guys make it possible for us to hire great people like Alex as our writer and great people like Christina as our editor. It really helps that we could spread the work out and, continue to provide the content that you guys enjoy. So without further ado, let's give a shout out to all the patrons, and I'm going to do my best to pronounce your name. And if I pronounce it wrong, let me know on the Patreon or on the Discord. I may have said it right before. I cannot guarantee I get it right every time, but I will try my best. So without further ado, shout out to Trent, Apolline, Rhonda, Stephanie, Rhiannon, Christine, Juice Machine, Kate, Caroline, Rihanna, Maria Elena, Neen, Amanda, Adam, Jacqueline, Michelle, Allie, Ashley, Cicely, Haley, Brittany, Little Rossi, Ariari, Saskia, Andy, Sky, Lucilini, Amber, MF, Reed, Noah, Itzel, Nelly, Sasha, Megan, Alex, Caitlin, Casey, Ringo, Paula, Dan Angelo, Rochelle, Carrie Berry, D, Mariana, E. Katerina, Jen, Leanne, Elizabeth, Corey, Carter, Amber, Dominique, Marianne, Chantel, Tiffany, Risa, Kieran, Yuri. There is no Yuri. That's your girl Diana. Hell yeah. Catherine, Diana, Erica's 689. So close to 69. Lena, Nia, Jen, Crystal, Danielle, Michelle, Alexis, Jasmine, Miss Doolittle Crew, Mary Ann, Sarah, Freedoms, Suzanne, Phantom Fox 98, Dan, The Spooky Tales, Blue Reina, Katie, Iyana, Micah, Valentina, Alex, Taru, Aaron, Gabby, Lindsay, and Vina. Thank you guys so much again for supporting us financially, and for all the people that are not patrons because, various reasons. Go ahead and share this podcast with your friends, and share our posts, like our TikToks, etc., etc. That'll all help us out in the long run as well. So with that being done, let's go ahead and end today's episode. Thank you. And we're back from this day in history. If you want to hear more from us, you know where our links are. They're in the show notes. Josh is good about that. If you want to do anything, contact us, submit stories. I would suggest no more Instagram. That's kind of difficult to organize.
Yeah, we found
we
it
have
very.
we have the amazing problem of having too many on IG. So you can hit us up on our Gmail, on our subreddit, or our Discord. All the links are in the show notes below. But with that said, wish John and Josh a very happy vacation, and we'll see you guys back soon. Bye. Love you guys.
Bye.
Great power. For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.